G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard. This will be a slightly weird upload for me because it's not a weekend. I'm not really playing with bikes, and in fact I'm not really dressed for the occasion because I'm in kind of as close as I can get to normal clothes really. I've even got flip-flops on, but or sliders I think they're technically known as now, with socks. Blue, the CBF1000 and its power issues, I think I may have sorted it, and I don't think it is necessarily the stator. So I had a bit of a play during the week and I lost the bloody footage. It really annoyed me, but see if it's going to do it again. So rewind. The issues that I was having is that it just lost power. It lost all ignition power. It seemed to be okay on the stator side. Took the battery out. This died while I was at work. Fortunately, I got to work. Got the train home. Took the battery out. Took the battery back. Charged it up. Went back in. Plugged it back in. Still nothing. A little bit of a wiggle. A little bit of a jiggle. And it worked again. And I limped home quite nervously. And I put up the battery reading. And I do have a battery socket, which is also a voltmeter. But I have concerns over that, and part of the reasons is you can see just in there a little bit of orange kicking around, so I think rust has got in that and caused me some issues. So if you know it might be an issue, just isolate it. So I've unplugged it for now, if nothing else. Now this hasn't moved for a week and a bit. It's sat on 12.2, which ain't great, but let's see if we get anything out of him. I'm jammed in the garage because it's only going to be a quickie this. Start it up and you hear all the whirring and the pump priming and everything else. Now that to me should be hunky dory. As it is. So stator appears to be working. If I can give him a little bit of beans. I do get an increase while he's going. If I shut it off, it will actually drop down to 12 and a bit. Right, so what have you done? What's the magic, Nat? I think I found it. So let me see if I can replicate it. No. Now, when you flip the kill switch off, I find myself in exactly the position that I was before. You see the voltage dropping slightly because it's not doing anything. It's got lights on. So if I push the button, I get nothing bar a little flash. I get the horn. Turn the engine isolating switch off and it clicks in. Now I wasn't getting that. Now I had a little bit of a play and I can't get it to bloody do it now. I was getting that. You can hear the start solenoid click. Now I wasn't getting that. Now I'm convinced that after all of my messing around I've just got keck in there. So what I'm going to do is grab my, see if I can pitch you up a little bit there, grab my trusty JIS screwdriver set, which won't fit in there. try my little JIS screwdriver set. I've got that little fat one there. Right, without even digging in too much. Look up in there. Somebody has lithium greased that. I think lithium grease, that's the white stuff, isn't it? I wonder if that was snagging at some point. Somebody's chucked in a load of grease. And it just needs a good clean out. Right, I can't be asked dismantling it completely. Let me show you what I can see. Yep, look at that. Been thoroughly gunked. And I just think some of that has moved into the switch. So I'm going to put a load of cloth and soaky stuff down there and just give it a good blast out with some car cleaner. Right, there we go. So it's a bit covered up. I've actually got electrical contact cleaner, which is unusual. Fucking full can. That doesn't happen. And I'm just with a nylon brush, just going through. I can't do it one-handed. Point you in that direction. Just give that a bit of a spruce out. I'll jump you back in. Right, and there we go. It's all nice and spruced up in there for now. Let me just spin you around, give you a headache. So it was right. You can see the white panel. So the switch. You can see the bottom of the switch there. So it's in that gap. So I've just jammed in a load of cleaner. Oh. Zoom you back out. Seems to have cured the immediate issue. Right, let's get this back together. Ideally, without do I want to put the horrible grips on? It's a hard thing to agree to when it's a nice sunny day. Yeah, I'll leave him on. He's a workhorse, not a good looking boy. Now we're all sorted up this end, all back on, all mounted. I haven't put the wind baffles back on, I couldn't bring myself to do it. They're over there, they'll go back on next season when the weather gets colder. Just thought I'd let it run and just check on power for a little while. Now leaving it on an idle. Now bearing in mind I'm stationary, it's warm but not hot. The fan is taking a lot of power. Now if I give it so I get charge on revs, but it's this constant idle that it doesn't like. Now the issue being, I think this is indicative of a stator issue, is it doesn't like starting when warm. When you get it, it's fine. It doesn't like restarting when warm. Now, is that stator? I don't know, people. Help me out. But will do me for now. Leave the power all off. It starts to settle. I have also noticed that despite the fact I plugged in my rear brake, it's not playing. I've bridged, where's my bridge? So I've bridged, i.e. direct connection from one to another. I had a box fall down earlier, it scared the shit out of me. So I want to bridge. Actually, you get a better view than I do. So on a bridge, so I've got a connection, break the connection, line goes out, make the connection. Light goes on, so you can see it reflecting the edge of my jacket there. But if I connect her up, and I have cleaned the terminals on both ends, although they are a little bit ratty still, but shouldn't be enough to stop connection. Doesn't like being run stationary, these things. So now if I try and get nada. And comedically, I've also noticed the back one's not playing either, but I'll have a look at that another day. I really can't get to it in the very small space that I've got. So what? I've got the shutting off power is squared away. I still have a power gremlin though, I think, because you know that's been running idle, stationary for a while. Now that is the battery that came with it still in there. I've got my newer, funkier one over there. So I'm not sold that it's not the battery, but yeah, I'm not convinced. Is that necessarily, or is that indicative of a stator on its way out? Not being a happy bunny. Now I've just killed that battery only by running it stationary. So when it's running stationary, it's not getting enough power in the battery to charge it decently. Or that battery's shagged. What do you think, people? What do you think? That'll have to do me. I've got other shit that I really should be doing. Cheers all, and I'll catch you later. Ta-da.